presented by Han ETF.
Welcome to ETF TV, your insight into the world of exchange-traded funds, issuers, and investments. I'm Margareta Hricova, and joining me today is Bradley Duke, co-founder and CEO at ETC Group, and Deborah Fuhr. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So Bradley, can you tell us about ETC Group?
ETC Group began in 2018. It was a group of people from financial services who came together and were interested in the opportunity that, the growth of digital assets was bringing. There wasn't much of a choice in terms of products that give access to cryptocurrencies for retail and that ticked the boxes for the institutional investors that we understood. With our experience in financial services, we know what, an investment committee is looking for, what is permitted in a mandate or what is not. So we wanted to put a regulatory wrapper around cryptocurrency and make it accessible on a major European exchange.
Why do you believe the assets in your ETPs have grown faster than the other issues that entered the market before you?
First with BTC, which is our physical Bitcoin ETP. By structuring it as an ETC and making it fully fungible with the underlying, we managed to solve probably the most important problem, that is, tracking of the underlying. Because when a product is fully fungible with the underlying, that means that the market makers will, remove or arbitrage any dislocations in price instantly. And then as a result, the tracking error becomes very low. Another problem was to make sure that there was ample liquidity on exchange. We were the first centrally cleared product, and that's very important for a lot of the institutions. The other products are bilaterally settled where there's some counterparty risk, and that's not an ideal situation for trading. But also we wanted to make sure that there was good market depth and tight spreads. We have over 7 market makers in BTCE, and they ensure that the spreads are, often as low as 5 basis points. And our product is definitely the most heavily traded Bitcoin ETP in Europe.
So your 2 most successful ETPs are on Bitcoin and Ether. What are the unique features of these 2 ETPs?
One unique feature is that there is an independent administrator and an independent trustee. So the independent trustee, looks after the assets under management in the event that for whatever reason we were to stop trading, so that the investors would be made whole. And the independent administrator is there to ensure that any transactions are done correctly and according to a given set of rules. This is just an additional safety feature that we've built into the product because it's actually cryptocurrency. If you're just talking about regular ETFs, it's delivery versus payment, where, securities are going in the one direction and, dollars or euro are going in the other direction, or pounds. But with cryptocurrency, those mechanisms don't work. And we have to make sure that there are absolutely no problems and everything is done flawlessly on the movement of the cryptocurrencies. And that's why we have, in addition to our operations, an independent administrator who has veto right on any transaction.
Do you have plans to list any more crypto or digital ETPs? And are you able to share any insights on that?
Either at the end of this month or very beginning of December, we will launch another 5 ETPs on Xetra in Germany, structured in the same way as the existing 4, because besides the Bitcoin and Ethereum, we also have a Litecoin and a Bitcoin Cash product.
And who are the typical investors in your crypto ETPs, and how are they using Bitcoin and Ether ETPs?
Typical is difficult to say because there is such a diversity and range of investor. Really, it starts from the retail investor, wealth management firms, private banks, family offices, and then going from small to the very, very large hedge funds, and increasingly the institutional asset manager as well. People are realizing this is sort of a once-in-a-generation opportunity, the growth of cryptocurrencies. And there's increasing concern, given all the indicators showing, rising inflation in developed markets around the world. People are interested in particular in Bitcoin as an inflation hedge, maintaining value in inflationary times.
And you recently listed your first thematic equity ETF, the ETC Group Digital Assets and Blockchain Equity UCITS ETF COIN. What type of companies does this ETF hold?
Some investors aren't able to even invest in crypto or digital assets ETPs. So this is a UCITS ETF, which is composed of equities, which are highly correlated to Bitcoin. So they can get exposure to Bitcoin without investing in Bitcoin or in a Bitcoin ETP. And the types of companies like MicroStrategy, who has got famously very large holdings of Bitcoin, and then mining companies like Hut 8 Mining. Over time, I think we will flesh out more pure play companies. But then, there's also, let's say, companies that are providing the picks and shovels in this particular gold rush, semiconductor companies, etc.
You also launched the first Bitcoin ETP to go carbon neutral. Why and how did you achieve this?
We wanted to be responsible corporate citizens and actually take steps to offset the carbon associated with the Bitcoin that we have under management. We wanted to make sure that we'd be doing it the right way, not just buying the cheapest carbon credits that we could find, on some minor exchange somewhere. We really wanted to actually research the projects, the climate action projects, and invest in reputable names in the industry through South Pole, through the Durrell Foundation. And these are investments into clean energy and also into reforesting the Atlantic rainforest in Brazil. And we encourage other providers or issuers of Bitcoin ETPs to do the same.
That's great. Thank you so much, Bradley, for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And thank you to our sponsor, Han ETF, and of course to all of you for watching. To watch prior episodes and to see news from the ETF industry, visit us at etftv.net. Thank you.
ETF TV News does not provide investment advice nor recommend products.